7 o'clock, call a meeting to order. Minutes of a previous meeting, any omissions or errors?
Like to accept it as mail.
As mailed, so it's accept the treasurer's report, financial statements. Right at you, see it again.
Motion to approve the treasurer's report.
Second.
Both in favor, it's a pass. Any claims?
Yeah, thanks, Sarah. 1193 is from legal ad. 1517 is copier and maintenance. $65 quarterly equipment payment. $50 is lease of SWC equipment. And $165.95 is travel expense for April 23rd to July the 7th. And a claim for mowing Deer Creek, which will be submitted to the auditor's office for $1,400.
Make a motion to pay the claims stated.
Second.
All in favor? So, full business. Fiscal year 2025 capacity and statutory funds update.
Okay, I've only made payment to one person on there. And then I've got 3 people that are willing to, is going to spread mine. That's all I've done so far. So hopefully we'll get this advertised at Rainier Pastures, and did send a flyer to let Superior Ag.
Mm-hmm.
So,
It's hanging on the counter.
yeah. So, and if you know of anybody that might be interested in it, mention it
I
to
think a
them.
lot of it's waiting on cover crop yet. I've talked to a couple people, so they're waiting
Okay. So,
on it. So they can buy their seed.
yeah, other than that, I mean, we don't have anybody right now. So, that's all I found now.
Update on our county budget.
Okay.
Please.
We were supposed to get a paper this week, but we haven't got it from the auditor's office yet. It's supposed to be due on Friday. But we did approve mouse last time. And it doesn't look good as far as increases on anything this time around. So I will just submit what we decided at the last meeting as far as the pay, my pay, and then Deer Creek, and then nuisance subscriptions was for the state dues. So I'll just submit all of that. We'll go from there, but I have not, no offices have received it. So, and then you've got the schedule on how that's gonna go. I guess that still stands. It has to be submitted, to the state by a certain date, so. Other than that, that's on that.
Greener pastures now. All set, ready to go.
Yeah, pretty well, everything's pretty well set. We did have a meeting, yesterday. So, everything is pretty well built. Features is in line, and, there's like Carrie Spencer and Du Bois now that's going in on this, so, and Du Bois is kind of taking the lead on everything as well. So, other than that, anything else?
Not on that, has the flyer been sent to Superior yet for that one? Peter Ashford one, you know?
I didn't check.
Not yet.
I had checked, I can't remember if I did send one or not,
Okay.
for sure.
I might make some rounds just to a couple of the places and see if I can make one of those up just for advertising.
Okay,
You guys have any other suggestions of where we could put a flyer for that, just to kind of get the word out about the greener pastures and that?
I did submit it to, I don't know if that helps, it's on city paper, very news. I did submit that today, that news release.
I don't get on all that stuff, in there, Perry County, something or the other, right, post news.
Perry County News.
I-
It is what it's called, isn't it? Or
Or
Perry,
Perry County News Now.
yeah, News
News
Now.
Place.
It is, yeah. So is there any other, like, I don't know, so I'm gonna go to co-ops and kind of see if I can put them in that area.
Feed store Dale
Yep, these are
is
there.
the only other place I've ever seen that. I'm sure in DuPage County, they probably got one. Maybe.
I might not, St. Anthony, the bill.
Yeah.
Yes.
They do almost as much business as store, if not more.
St. Anthony Mill. Oh, yeah.
That's all they like.
They did, yeah, they did.
But there's really not much place here, around here, though,
Yeah.
for farmers that go to Perry County.
Unless you hang it up at Tractor Supply and Baumgart's. But that's just, nobody even sees it anyway.
I don't know.
Yeah, go back there and see the bulletin board.
Yes, yeah, that's about it. I find a lot of stuff on there though. I'm standing there because I can't find Aaron, so I'm just sitting there looking for it. I never find it in the store.
Other than that, it's just not many places, and, really, it should be announced at the Ford Fair.
Could we make that happen?
Well,
I'm
Sarah,
getting on the billboard after the fair.
Sarah Misty's there, I mean, she was at this meeting,
Yeah, she should.
I
Our
think she,
board. They went to training tonight to put stuff on it.
what will,
The new
Our
archive.
new sign, electronic sign.
Have a digital one now.
yeah.
We're upscale now.
On the grass day.
They're not cheap.
They got training tonight on how to put things on it, so.
Oh, really? Oh,
It's pretty cool.
but yeah, Sarah, we think she would see that it gets advertised up there somehow.
I talked to Chris and see if I could get something on it after the fair. We have to put something on it, because it's not staring around 24/7, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
That's something good.
And that, and supposedly, once they get it going, you can upload from anywhere and as long as you got Wi-Fi.
Yeah, you can use your phone. Yeah.
I just
That
gotta
would
get
be a
the
good place
information.
to advertise it, they're there, I mean,
So, I
yeah.
can talk to him.
Yeah, if you have a way to put something on there about advertising.
Well, the Boys County Fair is coming up.
Yeah, I think it's next week. Yeah, they're gonna have, I think, we advertise it at their booth.
Okay.
But the mill, that's a good one, and yeah, yeah.
Indiana Association for Saltwater Conservation Districts annual business meeting December the 19th.
That's got that.
Somewhere in there.
That's it, instead of the annual conference. Earlier, 8 to 2.
Yeah, maybe a further drive.
Yep. Yeah, so,
We don't have the- Or if you're gonna do the delegate thing and all that, the same as before.
oh,
Don't say a thing about that yet on here.
resolutions. And I-
Resolutions, yeah, that's.
Talk this meeting, guys. Nominated for the staff are invited to attend the meeting. RSV, areas fees will be required. I'm not sure.
Everybody's in the junk calendar, you look good.
Oh, well,
Oh, I guess it's, ornaments, because it's, we're at from June, July, August, whatever that is, the next. I guess the way the books are set up. The books run mid-year to mid-year, so I guess that'll.
well, they can go ahead and do the voting and then say effective on January first is when.
I think that's the way it works. They can, budgets are all July or something, July. Yeah,
Okay, makes sense to that.
And then resolutions, I have, anything on resolutions, we don't really have any.
Randy, Van Meters, NRCS report. Time to read those, you know.
What much do you want?
You go up and help with that place work, all at the Indiana State Fair.
Going a couple days.
You're going a couple days?
Yeah, they asked us to. You have to work those shifts, and then we have to work Indiana drum, that marked up.
Oh, yeah.
Work, we have to work that. Yeah.
So you drive out each, I'm staying
Um,
up there and then.
Driving up each different time, yeah. And then one time, it's a Saturday, we're going up to work halfway, and the kids will go up too. And then we'll stick with us. Better. They enjoy it.
Yeah, Laura's got the state work. We do people across the state now.
Are you guys looking at any, new Clean Water Indiana grants? No.
Can you spend what we got?
Okay.
So, I'll see.
That 20,000,
Yeah.
so that's going towards the health share programs and the school projects for those big, three schools. And the projects.
What was the last year's projects?
Last year we had the same thing as far as, the seating.
Yeah.
Or Pastor Hayland seating, cover front seating.
No, the
School projects.
school projects, yeah. I remember one of the meetings I was at, you guys were looking, or trying to decide, give them ideas or.
We're, out of our district funds, we're greenhouse.
Greenhouse, Scale City,
Were they able to do the greenhouse?
I think that was
I think I missed that meeting.
it.
Okay, that's what it was. Cause I was going, big the greenhouse, do you know?
12, like 24.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Last year.
And then First Central, if they done, add on to their hydroponics, approved it for growing electric school. The elementary at Tell City was doing the pumpkin project. See whether or not they get that massive.
But they actually, and they get an award at the, part of that.
They won something.
Business, something at the state.
Yeah, I'm still award.
Florida.
Was it for that greenhouse?
Yeah. It was for the hydroponics and everything through the school. It's on the, they presented it as a business project, I think. I didn't understand exactly. They got won some state awards on.
That's a cool thing.
But I'm still fighting with Tell City, where they want to put their greenhouse.
Yeah.
They want to put it on dirt, and I'm like, no. They want to put it inside the school in the courtyard, and you got sun in the winter, it's like 10 to 2 at most. And I said, you're gonna be eating out the yin yang. To where we want to put it, is where they got all that white stuff stacked, and it'll be in full sun in the winter, and blocking the north wind.
And why would they argue that? Hard to say on that. But yeah, obviously knows what he's doing.
And it'll be right outside her door instead of having to go through the school and drag everything through the school,
Yeah.
through the library, and get to it
Is it,
on carpet.
what kind of panels? Is it polycarbonate panels? Is that what they are?
4, 6, 6. $610 just for the just when I was getting the rest from Ivy Tech. And they're talking about getting another grant to do something else with the greenhouse, but they won't tell them what. Applying for something else to add on to it, or take our money and double the size of it, I don't know yet. I need a code on that.
Or maybe like the upgrades to it, maybe like ventilation.
Well, there's all coming from Ivy Tech through Amazon. That $1,500 to spend, but Ivy Tech, there's gotta be something for Amazon or 2 other online companies. But everything the Farm Tech quoted me, I can get off Amazon. So we went that route. We covered the price of the building. So, I don't know, they got something up their sleeve that either add to it or something. Because the culinary teacher brought it up that they could write a grant and get, she didn't know about the green, that we awarded the money to the school for the greenhouse. So I don't know. Supposed to have a meeting in July at the end to learn about the other grant, or I'm not sure. They're gonna have to get busy on this. I think it's due like the middle of August. So they're gonna have to get some stuff moving on it if they're gonna talk about it the last week of July. I don't know. They still no meetings yet. They're still excited about it, so.
A little bit bigger projects with them,
It's good. Yeah, it's good.
like Tell Cities. Like things happen. Culinary use and stuff.
And then they're gonna use it with the special needs kids, life skills. This is where your food comes from, and we can show you how to cook it. That's the overall down the road picture. It might not happen this next year or the next year, but they're wanting to all work together to get something accomplished. So, they got big ideas, they just got to follow through.
You have anything for us?
No, I just really wanted to highlight the region meetings here.
Should have something on the weekend.
Yeah. Laura had asked us to make sure we highlight that as far as trying to attend with somebody,
Yeah.
or just for the gas stuff, but you guys might need, I don't know, that's really want to go yet, I'm not sure.
Gotta wash either way.
Gas stuff's pretty far, yeah.
Here in Iron, Scottsburg,
But they don't have a date for that one yet.
They have August 18th tentatively, because they have, what it is, they have the gas off reserved for that day, that evening. It'll be an evening deal, like 5-ish or something like that. They were wanting to possibly have an NRCS speaker or something, but they're not sure if that was gonna work. And so that's why they have it tentatively right now.
That's everything in there.
Having,
Years ago.
yeah. But they're having it here because they thought it might be a little bit more draw to go to the village and stuff, to get a little more people attendance for it. That's why they have it as a we encourage you guys, to make it positive.
I'm glad that it's Scottsburg because
Yeah, thank you.
No, no, I figure to my Amish guys, they're 4 miles north of the gas station. I figure an hour and 40 minutes in my big truck hauling hay. And I ain't, between here and St. Martin's about the only time I'm under his feet. So,
okay.
about an hour and a half, so I figured riding car with the gas station.
Because the Cornucopia Farms, the one in Scottsburg, that's, Kevin Baird, he used to be ISDA, that's his place.
I know, I'd like to go
I
there.
would like to go, yeah,
In the fall.
yeah,
Cause he has a big pumpkin and hay rides and corn maze and the whole,
it's September
Oh. yeah. So, I'd like to share it with you or something. Yeah, it's-
So are you back doing soil test again?
Soil testing will start opening September 2nd. September 2nd is when the new sign-ups will open up again.
No.
Yeah, I mentioned it today, but somebody that called in,
What did you, okay,
yeah. But he doesn't know if he wants to do the seating or not, you know, so you have to have a soul test for that, so. He was looking about that, but,
yeah, if there's any individuals that wanting to see, they don't have the soil, then, yeah, I can do that part. But it'll open up September 2nd, so my applications are.
You're gonna put my hey guys, I'm trying to talk to them. So,
Yeah,
no, wait, yeah, well, we gotta have some info before you can do anything.
yeah.
so should they call you or give you a call?
For signups,
Yeah.
should
Should they just go, where do they need to go for sign
yeah, I'm not exactly sure the website, it's, I mean, they can call me and then I can direct them after that, I don't have the website on my head. Yeah. They can call me directly, I can assist them with getting that stuff, get them signed up.
I'm gonna attend a session, right? Workshop that's going to be in Garden Library. That's for the person, succession plans, the person that will take over after me. So, this year, I've got one made up, but I'm just curious to see if there's some things I really need to make sure about that. That's the next person then.
All this is we're gonna be lost.
Yeah, the person probably asked me all that, because been here a long time, I said, yeah. He said, yeah, because I don't know who to contact Brandon anymore, because everybody's gone, you know, he used to talk to you for different things, it's like, yeah. I said, well, I've been here the longest in the state from for city employees, I think. So, but anyway, yeah, this here is to help with the next person down there. So, the only thing, the other thing we need to do is, I talked to the city of Cass today on this agreement for the mowing of the Deer Creek. Okay, what she had said was, this will have to be, we can do it two ways. This will have to be renewed annually, and you would have to take bids.
Yeah.
Or you could do it maybe like 2 years at a time, you know, but, you know, you sign a contract and it stays as is for the 2 years. Or you can renew it every year, like, we can make this where it would be renewed like in maybe February or something after the end meeting. Or February or March before the mowing has to be done. You would have to take bids again, still would have to do bids.
Oh, yeah.
So, you wanna do it annually then? Okay. So, I need a representative as the city to sign this. And then Greg is vice chairman.
There it is. It's got my John Henry on it. Might not be spelled right.
So, yeah,
That's my signature.
so what do you think? Renew this,
I would say annual meeting time, take bids in January and redo it in February, and then it'll be a little less busy time of doing things. And that'd be probably whenever everybody would be thinking,
I was just gonna say,
getting jobs for the year.
well, with, for an annual meeting, our annual meeting, depends when we got our annual meeting, we have to be January first. This is not reporting,
Mhm.
that month.
As long as you just state that we're renewing it at the annual meeting, you wouldn't really have to have it set date.
No, well, that's not the thing, it's just that I gotta do a lot of reporting in January with the annual meeting and all that, and, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see on that, but this will be renewed at the first of the year. And, I guess we could put January to be renewed in January, and then send out bids. First part of January.
Yeah, it's sitting out. Yeah, for February. March.
So this will be, this will end as December the 31st. This contract ends at December the 31st. Okay, we'll put that. Because I'll have to, I think I got this, I'm not sure if I have to scan that. And with this paper, I'll have to scan and send it to the state board account.
So I wanted to make, would you?
I can always do that.
So,
I'm only
the
40% of the cost of the next bid.
the other thing is about the equipment. Reason equipment is $50 an hour, so.
Contract that too, is that,
No,
no,
we wouldn't have to, but
I have to fill that out.
we'll have to fill this out.
Yeah.
Not a complete thing.
And you had a question about, like, what about, main repair maintenance, or, like, to take it over to, like, have it worked on, and that kind of thing. So, what will pay the mileage, and what else is that, we're gonna do the $50 to include in that? Because we've got to list it on the sheet,
Yeah.
how that is gonna be done.
And mileage, yeah, that mileage thing, there's no way I would drag anything around for the standard mileage. So it's, you're doing 30 mile an hour or something, and beat your pieces, put all trucks all the pieces, pull that stuff.
So we just gotta know what to put on the state board account sheet. So, actually, you were the one who was supposed to fill this out, not me, she said.
Yeah.
You think you did? Huh? So, you'll have to sign this here, and this. So, what are we gonna do as far as doing now?
$50 an hour,
What?
flat, yes.
So I'd like one plus that one.
so we don't mess with mom.
Too much dirty.
Y'all should cover it.
After it's in the evening.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I regret bringing
So
one home
we'll
when I
go
went.
with that.
Last time I was there, they told me something very bad. Turns out,
Two.
needless to say, they drank one thing is alcohol state.
What they find, transport equipment, to and from.
But it is, very good.
Money. Yep, and let me tell you, whenever the state vet shows up the next morning, they was dead serious. What was this? Take a step aside back. Took a caliper one time, and thought we had that mouth.
Oh,
Needless to say, the state vet showed up the next morning. They wanted to see everything, hazmat suit, and told nobody to leave the place, and
That's scary.
2 weeks.
thought they figured it out for sure.
There's a field day, I was just showing him in the evenings, Ford's weed management field day, it's a side pack. That one's official farm, yeah. That one is. I'll show you the fire.
Yeah, that was not a. You come find out it's just a year of caustic calcium. It wasn't labeled as being caustic and tore up her whole mouth and esophagus and blistered the stomach and,
Oh, wow.
Okay.
needless to say, they claimed it was just an allergic reaction. They got in contact with the calcium company and then they had to change their label or something.
Oh,
It
wow.
was a whole ordeal.
Man.
But I'm not sure if they changed the label or whether they just played stupid.
Oh, and Jason up there, I like Jason Howard.
And you're home. You're the owner.
I did the tick drag.
Yeah.
The powder juice. I did that today. I found one tick that calls me talking golf. Golf side tick or whatever.
Yeah.
And it looks just like the tick with star on its back. But they're so small and distinct of each other, but if you look at them together, they're actually different. But they don't carry.
Oh, they don't?
No, but he got quite a few different ticks. He said he's only seen one in Perry County, like one or two in Southern Indiana. I was like, wow, that's interesting. They're looking for the Asian corn tick. So what it does is it'll kill all their livestock.
Maybe they
Something wrong.
Four-legged Franklin didn't care.
My son had a yeah.
Well, next thing,
Thanks for that.
Yeah,
next thing you're gonna start watching power days, black deer flies.
he did. He came
Oh,
down here
It's going down now, that hand was
and,
completely
My brother
swollen,
both had it.
like from a deer fly back here right there.
she did.
She got third degree on that.
He didn't beat hard. I mean, he came
You gotta watch,
one day he killed me.
well, that, you overdone it. You gotta do it in moderation. My brother's got it.
Said to have it anymore. He had it 3 years. Well, he can eat me now. Yes, he
They
did.
claim if you do the acupuncture, that with time, eating it, you will become immune with time. But it might take 3 years, it might take 5 years, it might take 10 years, but don't overdo it. It's that whenever you overdo it, then it just reactivates and starts over.
And he even said if you if you don't get bit again, you're good. It's probably another tick or something. But he said it was my mother, just, she still had it. They got it at the same time.
No, yeah, he went to that acupuncture and like
My
a week
brother
later,
had
he
one.
took like a small dose, just a small dose, small intervention at a time. And I think he ate a full cheeseburger that pretty sick.
No, that's
My brother, he couldn't even eat a chicken sandwich. The first time I done it.
They eat chicken.
Well, it had milk in the bread. He was that because of the way.
How about after that?
here was that other field day, I was wanting to let you. Do you read it? Yeah, I should've.
That's a side hike to some.
Yeah, it's in the evening, yeah. July 22nd, 5:30 to 8:30 Eastern time. That's side back,
You know, that Clover State, that validations.
talking about herbicides, new, herbicide updates, and they got park credits. Forage weed management. Clover stand evaluation,
We the only.
Who's putting it on side then?
yeah, so that's dark. My one farm we got it's got clover, the whole field is clover.
Yeah, the fact is, that's fine.
I just graze
Don't
them,
bother me on that.
they get good
I
fat,
just don't like it.
I get it,
Then if you don't get it dry, then you get mold spots.
Well, that's,
you have to do it a certain way.
I mean, it's a second cutting Clover, put it in Walmart. Oh, God. All this first all this problem, I made her cut it for round bales. And stood that bales up on the end, that rolled them, put them in the measure. And when we, beef calves off the fall, fed that to them, they just grew right. They flushed out, got them.
Now, we've done some purebred clover, fed it pre-bloom. I couldn't get it dry and put propionic acid on it. You want to talk about making cows eat some. Bales like 29 to 32%. Just soaked with acid. It never molded, never got warm. Got up to 102 degrees. As hot as it got. That was sink. At 29% moisture.
Wow.
And the only place that it molded is whenever you start putting acid on it, because it's gotta go like 4 beats almost to get it started. And the first 4 beats until it got back to the star wheels for the moisture, didn't have it on it and it won't. So, made a believer out of us pretty quick.
That's one thing I did this year. When they opened them up.
Well, I don't know whether we're gonna even be able to sell any hay because like I say, it's just so variable.
So when you
A
use
lot
that
of
moisture,
moisture, a lot of moisture,
a lot of people have.
We built more at 20 plus this year than we've ever had with acid on it. It's not foolproof.
What you gonna do whenever you sat there, one day I sat there till 2 o'clock waiting for it to get dry. Humidity go off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they said it's gonna rain come Friday morning, we didn't have no choice, but pay them until the end of it.
That's the reason we went to putting acid on it to get it better on. We learned if you rake it and got the baler chasing the rake, in good sun, that hot humid days, 20 minutes on the ground, as long as you look like. For benefit. You get about a half hour and start sucking moisture back out of the ground or the air. Then he can notice it on the moisture meter in the tractor. Whenever he was getting ahead of him raking, he called him time to wait 10 minutes, catch back up. Moisture go back down.
Anybody else got anything?
Stand adjourned.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Yeah, I don't know. I hate hearing it bailed for me. I finally got it bailed a week